Welcome to Hide and Seek TV. I'm about to get ready to do a deep breakdown right quick on the whole theme of the Billie Holiday situation. First off, as you can see, you got the Andre Day literally doing nothing but the whole Freemasonry aspect of keeping the oath, as you see. You know what I mean? As you see, she have the microphone over her phone, and they say her voice will not be silenced. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show you a couple other examples right quick before I delve on into this whole thing. Specs, like a few quick examples, as you can see. You know what I'm saying? Doing a whole shush aspect. But I'm basically about to delve deep into this because this right here was a very I mean it was a good movie, don't get me wrong, but when you understand the whole aspect of what's going on, it's very deep because if you remember on the film, Billie Holiday basically was getting in trouble with the government, you know what I mean, that same old plot, getting in trouble with the government, and basically she it was like basically, they was punishing her for singing the song Strange Fruit. You know what I mean? But I'm about to delve into that because the man who wrote the song Strange Fruit, he literally was nothing but a communist and his name was Abel. You know what I mean? Notice the irony in that. His name is Abel and he writes about strange fruit. You get what I'm saying? And he's an American communist. You get where I'm going with this. Like, this stuff is deep because the whole aspect of that was all to bring in, like I've been talking about for the longest, the whole theme of the one world order. So this is why they stage these social whole propagandas so that they can usher in their whole one world order. Because as you see, he was of the Communist Party, and they're all tied in into the same occult agenda. You know what I mean? They played a role to make it look as if it's going this way or look like it's injustice, but it's really all playing into the card of their whole agenda. And I'm about to really delve deep into this. Here's how this movie came out, like what, a couple weeks after. Both of them came out Black History Month, and you gotta go check out my Black History Month breakdown where I allude on why Black History takes time in February. But basically, not to digress, but the Black History Month aspect, you notice how Billie Holiday was just so deep because that came out literally 2 weeks before the whole Judas and the Black Messiah. You know what I'm saying? And what got me too is how I'm going to what these names and everything mean in a second. But what got me too, when you look at the whole Judas and the Black Messiah, remember he was betrayed by William O'Neill, who was paid off who was brought in by basically the feds to bring him down. Same thing happened with Billie Holiday. You know what I'm saying? With the film, you remember Jimmy Fletcher? He brought her down because he was a FBI agent and she didn't know how all of them around her were agents, bringing her down so they wouldn't be able to she wouldn't sing the song Strange Fruit because of its impact at the time. Like, this stuff is so deep, you know what I'm saying? How it's literally, that's what tripped me out about this. And before I go into the history of it, what's so deep is how both Andre Day got a Golden Globe and Daniel Koale, how he basically had got a nomination, except his Golden Globe too for best, I think, actor or something like that as well, best male actor. How they both got Golden Globes, and what's deep about that is when you understand the god Atlas. Remember, the globe was placed on his back for punishment when Zeus defeated the Titans. You know what I'm saying? What's so deep about that is when you look into this whole aspect, hear what I'm saying about how they both went against the system. Billie Holiday versus the United States and Fred Hampton versus the Black Judas and against the FBI. You know what I'm saying? As you see how they both are literally taken down, how they both win Golden Globes for their roles played. And how when you go into the history of the Golden Globe, it's nothing but the Atlas statue. You know what I'm saying? This stuff is deep, man. You know what I mean? Where I'm going with this. You remember the only one who freed him of that was Hercules. You know what I'm saying? When Hercules had relieved the pressure off Atlas by taking the globe off the weight of the world off his shoulders. And when you understand the whole aspect of Hercules, it's literally nothing but the Messiah role. That's all it is. You get where I'm going with this? Like, this stuff is so deep because what got me too is how Billie Holiday's real name is literally Eleanor. That's her birth name. You know what I'm saying? Her birth name is Eleanor. And if you remember about what was his name? Franklin Roosevelt's wife, her name was Eleanor. You get where I'm going with this? Like this stuff, look how all of this stuff be, man. Her name was Eleanor as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to delve deep into this. I tell you I'm about to take it deep. Because when you understand Franklin D. Roosevelt at that time, you know that what's her name? Billie Holiday basically had gave her, bands, I think he was a saxophonist. She basically had gave him the name President and he called her Lady Day. You know what I'm saying? Like that whole thing is literally so deep, man. Like how Billie Holiday got her name from the actress Billy Dove. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to tell you I'm about to take this deep because going back to the whole aspect of Lady Day, aka Billie Holiday, and Lester Young, which was nothing but the saxophonist in the group, she called him president, and how she said she called themselves the royal family. You know what I'm saying? And what's so deep about that is how she literally have the same name as Franklin D. Roosevelt's wife. You know what I mean? His first lady, Eleanor Roosevelt. You know what I mean? She has the same name. That's literally Billie Holiday's name is literally Eleanor. Like that's crazy. How much of a coincidence is that? Plus on top of that, you call yourselves the royal family. You know what I'm saying? And I'm about to really take it even further into this because I want y'all to bear with me. We already know about Franklin D. Roosevelt, how he was basically admired for his, reform and everything with assisting the people after the Great Depression. But when you know about Franklin D. Roosevelt, he was nothing but high-level Mason. They all are to become president. We all know this. But he actually was associated with another society as well, which was linked up with Illuminati, ancient Arabic order of nobles of the mystic shrines. You know what I'm saying? And he was a knight in that level. He was a high level rank. You feel what I'm saying? Like this stuff is all in our face, man. How they literally play a thing with us because when you understand that, going back to how I said that she was named after, Eleanor, her name is just like Eleanor, and how she loved Franklin D. Roosevelt, and how she named Lester Young, her saxophonist, she named him the Prez, aka President. As you see, Billie Holiday died at 44 years old. You know what I'm saying? And as you see on the movie, they said they handcuffed her feet when she was dead. Ray. You know what I mean? You already know, obviously, they could have just killed her and then just, they used to mess with autopsies back in that time anyway and lie and say this is what happened. But notice how she died, they said, of congestions of lungs complicated by heart failure. You do know Franklin D. Roosevelt's wife literally died of a lung problem too. She died of pneumonia. You know what I'm saying? So like this stuff is crazy, man. Like how they deaths the same, they got the same name, and how she said they were the royal family. Billie Holiday told Prez that they the royal family, and she died at 44. And Obama is the 44th president, who becomes what, a royal family? Come on, man. Like all of this stuff, you think it's a mistake that they bring these movies out during this time? And I'm gonna delve even deeper because what tripped me out is how in the movie, Billie Holiday, you know what I mean? It's so crazy how she got her name because she loved the actress Billy Dove. And the name Billy, like I'm about to delve real deep into this because you remember the Cosby Show, Bill Cosby delivered babies, and Bill Cosby's name is William. Billy is short for William. And when you understand William, like I've been saying for the longest, the will of I am, aka Exodus 3:14, God said unto Moses, "Tell Israel that I am have sent you." Like the will of I am, William. You get where I'm going with this, Billy? You see where I'm about to go with this? I've done it on my dead silence breakdowns and etc. And I'm gonna delve deep into this because how Fred, remember how I said how they both received Golden Globes for their roles playing Fred Hampton, and how she did it for Billie Holiday. Fred literally means peaceful ruler, and Billy, like I said, literally means the will of I am. You know what I'm saying? So it's a deep thing. You feel where I'm going? How that literally represent nothing. Hint the name Billie Holiday, like Billie Holiday, the holy day, holy protection. You feel where I'm going? How the peaceful ruler represents nothing but Messiah, and basically Billy is like the will of the Most High. You get where I'm going with this. These things are not even. It's just crazy how going back to what I've been talking about too with the masonry and how the Messiah was a carpenter. And when you understand all of these things, this is why you got to really read between the lines when you watch these films, because on the movie, remember she was married to a man named Louis McKay. You remember that? She was married to Louis McKay, and you remember she did the movie with Billie Holiday did the movie for New Orleans, which literally means New World. That's all it's saying. And she played the role with Louis Armstrong. Remember that? Louis Armstrong, and hint the name Louis anyway, like I've been talking about, because I'm gonna delve into this. I'll tell you I'm about to take it deep. The name Louis anyway comes from the Louis the Mason of Freemasonry, the Louis Stone. And when you understand that the Messiah was a carpenter, as it's written in Psalms 118, the stone that the builders reject has become the cornerstone. The stone that they reject is the Louis stone. You know what I'm saying? And I'm about to delve deep in that because the builders that it's talking about is literally the Masons. You feel where I'm going with this? Like, this stuff is deep. Notice why you always hear this. That means all it means is renowned warrior. That's someone of high praise, meaning nothing but the Messiah, the King of Kings, Lord of Lords. You feel where I'm going with this? And I'm actually gonna play a quick clip from the film and hear what Jimmy Fletcher was talking about with one of his colleagues. Got anything on Louis or Charlie? Hint that. He said, you got anything on Louis or Charlie? Hint that again. The whole name Louis was all through the film. And literally the name Charlie literally means the free man. You know what I'm saying? Representing nothing but the name of the Messiah. That's all these things. That's all of this stuff is, man. The free man meaning free from bondage. That's all it's saying. That's why you hear these names literally repetitively. You hear these names. She's married to a man named Louis, and then you got Louis Armstrong. You know what I'm saying? And you remember the song anyway, What a Beautiful World. I'm actually going to play it right quick. But you remember on the song, he was basically talking about creation. That's why you know this stuff is real, man. Listen to this. I see trees of green. Think about that. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Come on, man. This is all of this stuff that they're doing. And you remember her manager on the film name was John Levy. You know what I mean? I've been breaking that down for the longest, how John literally derives from the French, and when it comes into the English, it basically becomes Jacob. We already know about the 12 tribes of Jacob, and hence his name is Levi, aka the tribe of Levi, or the high priest. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, this stuff is right in our face. Time and time again. And hence the movie they did back in the day about based on Billie Holiday's life. Remember Diana Ross portrayed her back in this like 72. The lady that sings the blues. Remember Diana Ross alongside her on the cast was Billy D. Williams. So how much of a coincidence is this? And going further into it, that's why I say you already know all of this stuff was staged back then. Even then, they've been staging stuff for years. But you already know about how in the film, remember she went to when her house she got raided out by Jimmy Fletcher when he betrayed her. Remember, he got her at the Attics Hotel. And when you know about the Attics Hotel, that literally ain't nothing about Crispus Attucks was the first victim of the Boston Massacre during the American Revolution. Practically the sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? Crispus Attucks, Chris. What does Chris sound like? Chris sounds nothing but like Christ. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Like, this stuff It's literally right in our face. You get where I'm going with this? Patriot till death. That's what the whole name Attics mean. Patriot until death. You know what I'm saying? So all of this stuff that they do is literally right in our face, man. Like it's right in our face. And she was signed to the Brunswick record label, which is literally under Warner Brothers. And Warner Brothers been, man, you know how Warner Brothers have so much influence over media, how many stories they create. You know what I'm saying? Everything. The Warner Brothers is nothing but illusion. So of course they're gonna supply all of these things that's going on. And that was going on at the time. And like I said, how Billie Holiday basically got her name from Billy Dove. We already know, like I said, Billy, aka William, Will of I Am, like the Most High in Exodus 3:14, tell Israel that I am have sent you. You know what I'm saying? And the dove, already know the dove represents the Holy Spirit, the Holy Dove. So just look at this, man. It's all in our face. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's just no way around it. And we like every time, that's why I notice how they did it where they did the Black Messiah, Judas and the Black Messiah, and then they turned around and did it representing the black man, then they turned around and did it with the black woman being betrayed as well. You know what I'm saying? Like this stuff is all a big game to these people. Notice that. Notice the black man, you know that they dropped this film first, The Black Messiah. They had basically Fred Hampton, the Messiah, die off first, and then they did it with the black woman. When the black woman was basically being pinned against by the land of captivity. You get where I'm going with this. And notice they sent the man to destroy her own kind. You get what I'm saying? Like this stuff it's all a big game to these people. Everything they do is by default. It's not by mistake. It's by prophecy. You get where I'm going with this. But I'm actually going to end that right here. I really want to just tackle this whole situation because got a chance to watch the film yesterday. Like I said, it was a good movie, but it's a lot of gems in this movie. You get what I'm saying? And the whole aspect, when you read between the lines, it's just right there. Like especially with the strange fruit, how the man was a communist and his name was Abel. Come on, man. We already know about Cain and Abel. Abel with the spiritual fruit. Come on, man. And how he was a communist. All it is bringing in New World Order. That's all it is. Their form of one world order. But like I said, I'm going to end that right here. Thank you for watching Hide and Seek TV. Stay tuned. Much more is coming. Peace.